I'm going to have to name drop just to see the reaction. I don't know him, but I'll say one of my D&D cohorts is related to Philo.
It's a fun name drop to do when you can do it.
What's fun at night? Kind of hard to find a frisbee at night.
They have a glow in the dark line, I believe.
Okay, we are live. We'll go ahead and bring us in. Brian will be a little bit late, but welcome to Storm King's Thunder. We'll be picking up where we left off last week. Before we get started, we'd like to thank a friend of the Greenwater Guildhall today. If you're watching on Twitch, scroll down, you should see some tiles there. If you don't see the tiles, click on my profile image and they should pop up for you. Each of those tiles will take you to these fine people's websites. For today, we would like to thank the Speechless Bard. The Speechless Bard and her husband make beautiful leather products for your tabletop role-playing games, such as she has leather dice bracelets if you like to show off your geekiness. They're leather bracelets with dice cutouts, and they can be done in multiple colors, metallics, pastels, numerous customization options. She also has a dice rolling mat that you can roll your dice on, and when you roll it up, it looks like a spell scroll. She also, one of her bigger products is that she makes leather covers for your core rule books. And all of these items can be customized to your liking. She does all of the work by hand. She is an amazingly talented artist. If you're going to order from her, and especially if it's a gift idea, you're going to want to give yourself a little bit of extra time because she is in the UK and it takes a little bit for it to cross the pond, as they say. If you're a fan of our Wednesday night Traveler game, we do have a website via Obsidian Portal. That website, the adventure log is done in the manner of news articles from the Traveler News Service. And so it doesn't just detail exactly what the characters are doing, but many of the articles detail the region as a whole. And some of this stuff may be things that the travelers themselves will have to deal with in an indirect manner. Global political machinations being what they are. If you enjoy the page, please give us a fan like, give us a thumbs up on the front page, and we hope you enjoy the content. Where we left off last week, you guys had traveled to Cromm's Hold to try and figure out what is going on with this whole situation. So, in the last couple of months, Morwen Daggerford has flip-flopped and become rather uncharacteristic in that she replaced the town militia with the Black Network, the Gentarim. I'm just going to keep calling them Zentrim because whenever I say Gentarim, it sounds like I'm speaking with speech impediment. So she replaced the town militia with the Zentrim. And in that process, what kind of got you caught up in this is that you had delivered a letter to Oren's sister in the Happy Cow Tavern in Daggerford, and she kind of let you in on the fact that the Happy Cow Tavern is actually the front for a halfling money lending business, and that the Zents are kind of trying to force them out by offering interest-free loans, and asked you to kind of look into it and see if you couldn't get them to back off. And this kind of led you roundabout to, discovering that the Zents were actually hired by Morwen Daggerford, and you were offered by both the Zentrim representative, the Snail, who's actually here with you, and Baronness Wynne Cromm to not accept any quest from Morwen Daggerford and Baronness Wynne Cromm, they both offered you a tower that you investigated that was being dismantled by a contingent of stone giants. And Baronness Wynne had brought up that Cromm's Hold, which is about 10 to 15 miles southwest of Daggerford in the Lizard Marsh, had been under attack by dragons. But when you got to you came to Cromm's Hold to kind of investigate this or deal with this dragon problem, you found a number of problems in that the damage to the castle looked like it was false, like it was there to put on a show. And then you discovered that you were really here, and it was a trap. And Baronness Wynne showed up, and on the horizon you saw a black dragon coming towards the hold. And as it got closer, it turned into a chain devil, and you engaged it in combat. Where we left off, it was Cletarus's turn. What would Cletarus like to do?
Not die.
Yeah, that's key.
I'm in the middle of that show there. Ooh.
Yep, you are right in front of a chain devil.
Nice. Well, I think I'm gonna smack him in the face.
All right, you can most certainly do that.
Run up and give him a big hug and tell him he's super special.
Their musician.
You can win him over with your charm. Just do mine real quick.
First smack. 20?
20, soft 20? Yeah, that hits.
Okay, so 22. Might as well smite.
Okay. So, I don't believe, and I don't remember exactly, but I don't think you have a magic weapon, correct?
Correct.
So give me the damage from your weapon and your smite separately.
Where's my D8? There it is. Smite. Weapon. Weapon is 7. Smite is 16.
Okay. And you have another attack.
I do. More than 20.
That hits.
And we will add another smite to that.
Okay.
Ooh. Ozzy, that's not the kind of smite we're doing. Okay. That is 10 for the blade and 17 for the smite.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. The Chain Devil is not looking so good. Like, he is barely holding on. Anything with a bonus action?
Tell him that his chains are rusty and it's a disgrace.
All right. the captain of the guard. So if I remember correctly, Scaly was up in the air, correct?
Yes, 100 feet up.
Okay. So the captain So the first thing the captain does is he gets 3 attacks. So the first thing that he's going to do is drop his shield on accident. And then he's going to spend another attack. Okay, this dice is fired. I just rolled 2 1s in a row.
Awesome. Keep them.
He then goes prone. He's going to make his last attack at disadvantage. And this time he hits. And I'll tell you what he's doing in just a minute. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. So he doesn't attack any one of you. He slips in the mud. The end of his kite shield kind of gets stuck in the mud. Then he tries to get up and slips and falls to his knees. And then he lets go of the shield and he brings his sword down. And he actually hits the snail and guts the snail. And the snail is dead.
Wow, so Brian will have an easy time swooping in to run the place now, right?
Right. Scaly, what would you like to do?
I have a question on the tidal wave spell. It doesn't say in a straight line. It says area can be 30 feet long, but I don't think I can make it, zigzag. Can I go from the left edge of the chain demon through the captain to the other guy on the other side of the well?
No, it starts in a straight line, and then if you read the rest of it, once the spell is done, then it floods out into the area.
And the water falls, to the ground.
Yeah, so it would be in a straight line. So you could go from the chain demon to this veteran here. Oh, I see what you're doing. That green line. Yeah, you could do that.
I don't want to hit our people, but if I can get 2 of them, that's good. But if the third person's possible, then that would be preferable.
So hold on. I need to look at this.
Kind of odd, it defines it as an area up 2 dimensions, but it does not call it a line like lightning bolt or a cone, or it doesn't also say that you can make it of any shape. So I was thinking either a curve or a fairly minimal departure from a line.
So if it's 10 feet wide, if you go to the right, it would get Cletaris and Baronness Wynne. If you go to the left along this line, it would miss the captain. But it would get... Oh, I see what you want to do. Yeah, I would say that it would clip the chain demon. It would get the veteran, and it would get the captain of the guard, and then flood out this area here. What does it say? Up to, in all directions, up to 30 feet. So the downside of that is this ground is already muddy. It's not yet to the point, because of the cold weather, it's not yet to the point of being difficult terrain. This will change that. So 30 feet in any direction would make this difficult terrain. So basically the battlefield's going to turn into difficult terrain.
Okay, well, I'll skip that. I wanted to talk it out. The first thing I'll do then is I'll move the area, and I can't seem to move the circle now, even if I can highlight it. Move the area of Moonbeam over to get Chain Demon and the captain, but not our person.
Right. Yeah, I can't even select it. Yeah, I can't even select it.
So if I do something like that.
Yeah.
Where Moonbeam sits now, so on their turn, they'll both be starting in its area.
Well, more like that. But yeah, okay.
Sure, yeah, I don't want to play middle of a mark or anything else too much, so
right.
It's up to you. So
yeah,
my thought was the demon's bigger than one square, so he's starting in it effectively, correct?
Yeah, part of him, yeah. So either way. Okay.
So that's Moonbeam. That uses an action to move it. So I don't get another spell. But I wanted to weigh my options between Tidal Wave's control zone and Moonbeam's movement. Let's see. Then bonus.
Well, I thought it was a bonus action to move your Moonbeam.
No, the spell as I read it says as an action you can move it.
Oh, okay.
On each of your turns after you cast a spell, you can use an action to move the Moonbeam up to 60 feet.
Okay.
And then I will come down 20 feet in preparation for my next round.
Okay. All right.
Done.
Okay. Steve, what would you like to do? You are also flying. You know what they need to add to Roll20 is they need to add a way that you can put elevation on a token. It doesn't even need to be, 3D. If they could just put an up or down arrow for elevation and a number to show how many feet feet or meters that you are up or above, that would be great.
Yes, that would be very, very handy.
Yes.
So what Steve's going to do is Steve's going to fly to here, still up in the air, so just lateral 30-foot move.
Okay.
And then this little guy down here behind the well.
This guy? Yep.
The guy. I'm going to hit him with an Eldritch Blast and pull him 10 feet, hopefully, into the Moonbeam.
Okay, so you are at disadvantage with Eldritch Blast because he is prone.
Even from the air?
Yeah, they don't really...
I see what you're saying, yeah. That's fine. We'll go ahead and give it a shot anyways.
Go for it.
Because I'm not going into that big burst of light. Nope.
You want to get your moon tan?
Well, either one of those is crappy. 14?
14 misses.
At least what I'm sitting in.
Second one? 18.
That hits.
Yay. I was hoping at least one would.
So he needs to make what kind of save or be pulled? Or is he just...
No save.
No, he's just automatically pulled. Okay. Okay.
17 damage, and he's pulled 10 foot over and up.
Okay.
Nice.
How much damage?
That is 15. 9 plus 6.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. 13. It's only a 4. Yeah.
Okay. So, and then he is pulled up and over 10 feet. Doesn't quite get him into the circle.
Yeah.
But he is pulled up and over towards the circle. Anything with a bonus action?
Well, since he didn't make it on that one, I'm going to do a spell, and we're going to do that again.
Okay.
Is he still prone?
He is.
That's not going to make it. Number 2. Oh, okay, that one will make it 22.
Yes.
Oh, max damage. 14, and he's pulled again.
Okay. How much damage?
14. Max damage.
Okay.
Kill him on his way.
Yeah, that puts him squarely in the beam. All right. Bonus action. Or that was your bonus.
Yep, and yep, that's everything.
Okay. All right. Smokey, here, back to you. Back there with your ranged combat going on. What would you like to do?
Let me see. Okay. I'm gonna step over and have to try and shoot her with my longbow.
Okay.
I'm 18 hit.
It does.
Sweet. Three piercing damage on that one.
Okay.
I'll try and shoot one more time. Ooh, that's probably a number 12 to hit.
That's a miss.
Yeah.
That arrow just bounces right off of her plate armor.
Rude. Offhand attack doesn't work with a bow.
Right, because it is a two-handed weapon.
Okay, I guess I'll move my hunter's mark to her with my bonus action. I probably should have done that first, but
You can, let's see. The hunter's mark is currently on the captain. Wrong button.
and I just have enough movement to have her in the corner. A little bit, anyway.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, you're around the corner. So right now you have half cover plus 2 bonus to your AC.
Thank you.
Let's see here. The veteran guard.
Starts his turn in the moonbeam.
Yep, so he needs to make a con save. 18 to save.
So he makes it, but takes half damage, and he isn't reprone.
Okay. Well, the veteran isn't prone. Whopping 8 points.
Half of 8 if he made a save.
It doesn't matter. The veteran goes down.
Good job.
Whoop, wrong guy. Well, maybe not.
I don't know if you want me to use that damage on the others in that same beam this turn or roll on their turns. I don't know. If you want
I'm sorry. The veteran doesn't go down. He has more than that. So he takes 4. It was forcing me to click on the wrong token. Okay, so he takes his damage. Shit and balls. There's not really too many places he can go. He is going to take the disengage action. And move 30 feet this way. And that's as much as he can do. And so Baronness Wynne yells at him to kill the bugbear, you fool. And so he runs, smoky wisps coming off of him as he runs out of the moonbeam towards where Smokey is taking cover. Baronness Wynne.
So he started his turn in the moonbeam?
Right, he already took half damage.
Oh, sorry, it was the same guy. Sorry, I jumped ahead.
Baronness Wynne is going to make 2 great sword attacks on Clitaris. And miss with a 12.
Uh-huh.
Shit. And miss with a 9.
Uh-huh.
And that's all she can do. The Chain Devil needs to make his save. And I'm sure he just did. But I don't know that that's going to save him.
Do I roll that again for different damage, or do you use the 8?
It would be different damage. But he gets a 26 to save.
Okay, so half of a new roll. Half of 15.
Well, it's not going to matter. You see the Chain Devil go up in flame and drop to the ground, and in the part of him in the beam, and as soon as his corpse hits the ground, it starts to dissolve into this ichor puddle of smoldering goo, and the Chain Devil is no more. We can actually just remove him.
Hooray!
There's Weeben. All right, hold on, and I will put Weeben on the board.
Can you put Zinc on the board too?
Oh, sorry. Shit, I'm sorry.
No sweat. I was just going to ask if you could put me at the bottom of the stack. And now we're at the bottom.
So, actually, yeah, we can do that. Between Weeben and Zinc, which one of you wants to go first?
I'm not concerned.
I'll let Zinc go first.
Okay.
Okay. How's everybody doing for HP? Let's see.
I think we're doing okay. I've taken a little damage, but I think I'm pretty still. Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Okay, what about Clitaris?
You're good.
Okay.
And
Well,
I have my Staff of Healing next round if you're in the midst of combat.
okay.
I would save healing. It looks like we're pretty close to the end of combat. We don't have much left.
Okay. Just checking. Since I haven't been using slot, I could jump in and go cavalry. Okay, in that case, I'm going to. Oh, I just went too extreme. Guiding bolt. This guy right in front of me. And, I'm in measure. Hold on. Wait for it. All right. So the guy right in front of me, I'm going to guiding bolt. Here we go. Cool.
Nice.
All right, 23 to hit. I assume that.
That hits.
Good. Okay. For 9.
Okay. Ouch. And he is going to be all shiny now.
Excellent. I love
So
it.
anybody that attacks him again has advantage on the attack.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have another attack or a bonus action?
I don't have another attack, but I do have a bonus action.
Okay.
So I'd like to hit her with spiritual weapon.
Okay. Hold on here.
Which, that was a miss. 14 to hit. I'm sure that misses.
Yeah, she's wearing plate, so she can be a little hard to hit.
Good.
Hold on here.
Okay,
Let me find a knifey knife. Where did my knifey knife go?
She wears plate, you say?
Yes.
I
There's my knifey knife.
have a bad feeling about this, or a good feeling about this.
Go with the heat metal.
Somebody wearing armor is really hard for them to drop their weapon. Keeping them in armor is good.
Okay, so that'll be it for me.
Okay. Hold on just a moment. So there is your spiritual weapon. Okay. Okay. So that's it for you. Weeben, did you want to move at all? No? Weeben,
Yes. Oh, sorry.
what would you like to do, Weeben?
Okay. Are we fighting magical creatures? I don't know what we're fighting.
So, the Chain Devil was obviously magical, but none of the other ones are.
Okay, cool. So, okay, so I don't have to fight something out. So I don't have to use magic damage right now.
Right. This guy is a veteran. This guy actually stats out as a gladiator, and Baronness Wynne stats out as a knight.
Alrighty. Then I will move up to the veteran.
Okay.
And I will attempt to stab me with my rapier.
You have advantage, which also means that your sneak attack applies.
Ooh, alright, well, let's see how well I can do here. Nat 20.
Oh, shit. Everything's double.
What a nice start. What a nice start. Okay. So that's and I think I'm at. Are we still at level 6 or did we hit 7 and am I still at 6?
You're at still 6.
Okay, cool. That's 3 attack 3. Okay. Okay. That's 2 and 3 of those. Damn you, sneak attack damage. 4, 8, 10, 11. I can choose to re-roll it or double it, right?
If you roll a 1 on your on a d20.
Okay. Okay.
But I mean, how much damage did you do?
17 times 2?
Yeah, so this guy only had 3 hit points. So you basically walk up to him and eviscerate him.
Flurry of blows. I'm like that dude in Soul Calibur with the rapier.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there's nothing left of this guy. There's a gross slopping sound as his insides go on his outsides.
Okay. And then, since I have no idea what else is going on right now, I think I'll just take the dodge as the bonus action.
Okay. No. Can't dodge as a bonus action. You can take disengage, hide, or what's the other one? I'm pretty sure you can't take dodge as a bonus action.
What is my other one? Disengage, dodge, or...
It is...
Oh, dash. Dash.
Right, dash, disengage, or hide.
Well, in that case, then I will... Ooh, well, everybody's larger than me because I'm small, so I will move behind here and take the hide action.
Well, you can't hide behind Scaly because he's 100 feet up in the air.
Well, fuck you, Scaly. Then I undo that movement, not knowing that part beforehand. And I guess, is this a wall right here?
Where?
Is that a wall? Sorry.
Right here?
Is that a wall?
This is a wall. This is a overhang that Smokey and Zinquinal are underneath right now. This is a door into the jail.
Okay. Shit. Then I guess I just won't take any bonus action. I'll just chill.
Okay.
Sit there and chill.
Okay. Clutaris, what would you like to do? You still have Baronness Wynne.
That person?
Yep.
Cool. I'm gonna step away from the thing till I kind of move around her there, and then attack her face.
Okay. I can move the spiritual weapon.
Let's see, where's my d20? Here's my d20. I suppose a 9 does not hit.
No.
How about a 15?
No.
Alright, well, I guess we'll just stand here taunting each other.
Stand there, slap fight, whiffing it.
Yeah.
The captain of the guard starts his turn in the moonbeam. $15 to save.
Sorry, DC is 15, and so I think it's half of 22.
Okay. Okay, so he will spend half his movement to stand up. He's then going to spend the other half of his movement going this way. And then he is going to throw his spear with disadvantage to try to hit Steve the Devil. $16 to hit.
Let's see, that is going to be a yes.
Okay. So... poop. Oh, wait. I rolled the wrong dice. Nine points of piercing damage. Of course, now he doesn't have a spear. Because the spear is stuck in Steve.
Oh, yeah. Steve is not happy.
But he's no longer proud. Scaly, what would you like to do?
I will come down a little bit to 55 feet.
Okay.
Last concentration on Moonbeam.
Okay.
And heat metal on the armored person.
Okay. So.
Third level.
Here. To be real honest, I think this is like one of 4 times that anybody's used heat metal.
It's good for people in plate because it takes 2 minutes to remove your armor.
Right. So Constitution saving throw doesn't apply because you're heating the armor. So that's 3d8.
Drop the objects. There's disadvantage on rolls and ability checks.
So that would be 3d8 fire damage for a total of 17. Is that right?
Yep.
And she now has disadvantage on pretty much everything.
Yeah, attack rolls and ability checks, not
saves.
I guess that would include concentration checks.
Yeah, she's not concentrating anything. Okay. Anything else, Scaly? Bonus action, movement.
No, I'm going to stay 55 feet up because that's keeping the spell range. And I'm fine to aim at things from where I am. I have no bonus aggressions. I just have bonus, a couple bonus healings. Does somebody want a healing word or something? It's just my small one, but...
Steve wouldn't mind that. Steve's at 13.
60 feet... Yeah, I'll do a healing word.
Much appreciated.
For a whopping 6 points.
That's better than what I had.
So has anybody watched The Legend of Vox Machina yet?
Yeah, like 8 episodes or 9 episodes in, I think.
Yeah, I just started. I just watched the first episode last night, and it's funny because Carrie will understand this. Every time I watch it, whenever the barbarian talks, I can't help but imagine that that's Corey because he sounds just like Rexar in our Wednesday night game, and so and I find it hilarious. It's just funnier than shit. And he even says things that Rexar would say. You know, well, I got injured in combat and that hurt on the outside, but this is different. It hurts on the inside. That was very well said. What was well said? So Steve gets 6 hit points, and it is Steve the Devil's turn. What would you like to do, Steve?
Steve's gonna look at the guy on the ground, and he's gonna point at him and hit him with Hexblade Curse.
Okay.
Bonus action.
So remind me, what is that? The one where you pick one of his abilities?
No, that's the spell. This is the one that I get to add proficiency bonus to damage, expand my crit rate, and when they die, I regain a little bit of health.
Okay, so it's basically this is the one that's basically Warlock's Hunter's Mark. Okay.
Yeah. And once the creature dies, I can't move it. Like, it's a one-shot deal.
Right. Yeah, but it does quite a bit more.
Mm-hmm. So I will do that to him, and then I will hit him with 2 Eldritch Blast as my main action.
Okay.
Ooh, nat 20.
Ooh, that double damage.
So that's going to be 3. Uh, 20 damage total.
Okay. And he's pulled.
4 feet in the air.
How many feet?
10 feet.
Okay. So
and that was for the first blast.
Right. So he's up 10 feet. Your second blast.
Second blast is a 22.
That hits.
And that is going to be 12 damage.
Okay. Do you get a third blast?
Not yet.
Okay.
Just the 2.
So
and that's another 10 feet, so he's 20 feet
20 feet up in the air, which means he's going to take 2d6 falling damage. I'll let you roll the 2d6 falling damage, since you're the one who did it.
Ew, crappy. 3 damage.
Oh, whopping 3. Well, that's better than 0.
And I think he has to make a dex check to see if he lands prone or not.
Yep.
No, he did the face plant.
18 to save. So he does not land prone. Okay. Did you add on any additional damage to that for Hexblade's Curse?
Do what?
Did you add on any additional damage for Hexblade's Curse?
Yeah, that
okay.
all had the proficiency bonus except for the fall damage.
Okay. All right. So anything with movement?
Let's see. In order to maintain flat, I gotta keep moving, so Steve will flee over here away from Spear Chucker.
Okay. All right. Smokey, what would you like to do?
I'll start by moving. Let me get up there.
So, tactically looking at this map, this is a better position for Smokey than last week. Smokey, with Weeben and Zinquinol, you are in a unique opportunity, and normally I would say don't split the party, but you could split the party.
What do you mean? Wait, did I move to the right place or not?
Well, what I'm saying is that you could go into the jail now since you're not by yourself.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just a DM suggestion if that's what you want to do. Or you can stay out here and everybody can go into the jail together.
I wanted to stand in front of Weeben so he doesn't have to take the brunt of an attack.
Okay.
Myself, if it comes to that. So I'll go ahead and shoot the bow at the Baronness.
Okay.
And roll 1.
Ooh. So you go to shoot your bow, and the bowstring comes off your bow.
God damn it. Okay. I don't think I can do anything. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else that I can really do.
Okay.
Because I don't have any ranged weapon, so.
Okay.
Damn.
All right. Baronness Wynne. Let's see. She is going to make 2 greatsword attacks at disadvantage. So does she continue to take damage on her turn or on your turn, Scaly?
Let me look. Hold on here. Heat metal. Use a bonus action on each of your subsequent turns. So it's your turn. It doesn't dismiss the spell, but I would choose each turn if I'm using a bonus action to do that.
Okay, gotcha. So she's going to make 2 greatsword attacks on Clitaris at disadvantage. $19 to hit, which I believe
19.
For 12 points of slashing damage. And her second attack misses with a 13. And then I think she's probably pissed off enough she's going to stay. Maybe not. No, she will risk the attack of opportunity. And start to run this way. So, Clitaris, you get an attack of opportunity, if you would like. Actually,
and I rolled a 1.
Oh, okay. So,
inspiration?
I do have an inspiration.
You can re-roll that.
I can re-roll that. 14.
Glances off of her armor, and you see a shower of sparks come off her armor, but it doesn't strike true. Zinquinal, you can also make an attack of opportunity with your spiritual weapon if you'd like.
Muted.
Yeah, same thing. It hits the armor and you see a shower of sparks come off, but no damage. So that is Baronness Wynne. Zinquinal, what would you like to do?
Let's see. Can I get her? How far away is she? Give me a second. I have a plan. Right, I'm gonna hit her with a plague of locusts.
Oh shit!
My bow staff.
Okay, what's the?
She's far enough away from others that they will not also be attacked by locusts.
Does she get a save on that?
Yes, it is, and I mean, it's low, so she'll probably make it, but I don't care.
And she has disadvantage on ability checks as well.
Nice. So it's con 14.
Fuck. 12.
Yes.
I think those dice need to go in the jail.
Hold on, let me get my damage. 29 piercing.
Nice.
From Plague of Locusts, 29 piercing? Holy shit.
It's insect plague, not plague of locusts.
Oh, sorry, insect plague.
Wow. Baroness Wynne.
Described as a plague of locusts, though.
Baroness Wynne goes down.
Yay, plague.
Go bugs.
Yeah, low saving throw, but holy shit. That was brutal. Anything with a bonus action and or movement?
I guess I'll hit the captain with spiritual weapon.
Okay, so spiritual weapon is going to move over to the captain. Go ahead and make an attack with the spiritual weapon. That hits.
Okay. Nine.
Okay. So, any movement, or are you staying where you're at?
No.
I mean,
Where I am.
yeah, you've been pretty effective where you're at. So, okay. So for Weeben and Zinquinol, you guys were told when you initially showed up here, you were here under the guise of being mercenaries that were hired. The captain of the guard told you they'd set you up with rooms in Cromm's hold. But you were told you could go anywhere in the keep that you wanted, but you were warned to stay out of the jail, that there were extremely dangerous monsters that were being kept in the jail, and that he wasn't sure what Baroness Wynne was going to do with them. He amusingly told you that maybe she's going to start a menagerie, but she, wasn't positive what the plan was, but just to stay out of the jails. When the chain demon showed up, all of the guards that were out in the courtyard and that were on the walls fled. They were like, fuck this, we quit. No 2-week notice. We're out of here. So that was a little bit of extra information, which is why I asked Smokey if she, now that she had you and Zinquinol near her, if she wanted to go into the jail. So far, they have not been inside. They don't know what's going on in there. So Weeben, what would you like to do?
Okay. First question is the skull and crossbones above the captain, is he poisoned or what's up with that?
He has Hexblade's curse on him, which only applies really to Steve the Devil.
Cool. Alrighty. Weeben will take the opportunity to move here and do the hide action.
Okay, so for bonus action, you are going to hide. Go ahead and make your hide check.
13.
You are effectively hidden.
Wow.
So,
thank God for having all the stats in hide, because I rolled a 4.
So any ranged attack that you would make would have advantage.
Sweet. Alrighty, then I will attempt to make an attack with my short bow.
Okay.
Hey, so okay. 24 to hit.
That hits, and sneak attack damage applies.
Yay! Just roll 4 of those. 3, 9, 11, 17, 23.
Okay. The
Hooray, math.
captain of the guard takes an arrow to the forehead and drops. The at least the courtyard of Cromm's Hold is yours. You don't know. I mean, you didn't see, guards. All of the guards fleeing. You saw the guards that were out and the guards that were on the wall take off running, but nobody from the inside of these buildings came out. So it's not like you control the keep at this point, but what would you guys like to do? We're out of combat.
Group up for Staff of Healing through, or what's next?
Okay, so where do you want to form up? On, yeah, that's a good spot.
The well's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
I'm okay. I really want to know what's in the jail, but I'll wait for everybody's HP
to get locked back up here.
Who's forming the head? If we're grouping up, who's forming the head?
Needs it.
I was doing math. I had to get help from that guy that just died. I'm now only down 16, so I'm not doing too bad.
That after the 11 or before?
Oh, I didn't catch that. Now I'm down 5.
Okay.
After 11, I'm down 10. So I think I'm okay.
I can do, since we're just in the interest of saving spell slots, the staff can give you each. Hold on, I want to be sure of how many charges so we don't trigger it.
Like I said, I'm good.
Oh, staff has it. I can use a cure wounds on each of you once.
Okay.
So let's hear. We'll go Steve for 12 and
Maxed out.
oh, sorry, only 5.
We can reverse those.
And the staff still has some charges, so we're okay for the day and save spell slots.
Okay. So, what do you guys want to do?
Can I retrieve my arrow from the dead body if that's possible?
Go to jail.
Roll.
Go to jail.
Roll percentage, Weaven.
Okay.
Steve,
44? No, the arrow is warped and cannot be used again.
Oh well, had to try.
Steve will guard the door while you guys go to jail. He's not fond of going to jail. I got your back.
Bad overnight experiences there.
All right, who is opening the door? They say Scaly right in front of the door, but
I'm 80 feet up. I figure I can be an elevated patrol for anybody approaching the jail.
I mean, if it requires unlocking, I can do that.
it is the door is locked.
Smokey opened it and looked in.
Everyone opens the door all at once.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so
We're gonna
yeah, the door
the musical number.
the door is not locked.
And boldly. Yeah.
I'm starting
Okay.
at the back of the party hidden. I'm gonna just hide at the back of the party.
I want us to look around the door where it looks like our heads are all stacked up. Hi
And
guys.
I'm at the bottom, obviously.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Just kidding.
No, we've been at the top, clearly.
The short one.
Which shoulders am I on?
Okay. So you guys open the door and you see a couple of things, Smokey. First, there is a guard here. You see that there's a shut door at the end of the southern hall. These are jail cells. But in this jail cell, Oops. You see a woman wearing what appears to be like padded armor that you would wear underneath plate. And make a perception check, Smokey. And you can make the perception check with advantage.
Got a nat 20.
Okay. So you look into this jail cell and looking far worse for the wear, kind of skinny, obviously dirty. This woman in this padded armor appears to be Morwen Daggerford.
What?
Everybody roll initiative because this guard's not going to have any of it.
Okay.
Chris,
Yeah.
being in the courtyard, do I notice any sort of armory kind of area?
You do.
Went 121.
You know, from being in the mess hall, this area here is an armory, and you were aware that some of the guards were using this area up in the northwest corner as an armory.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Oh, also, Baronness Wynne drops a +1 greatsword and +1 plate armor.
Ooh, and it's all toasty.
Yeah. Once that cools down, I'm going to want that.
A great sword, you say?
I do.
It has that fresh out of the dryer feel.
If no one wants a great sword, I think maybe I should go for that. That sounds...
So greatsword, it is a two-handed weapon. So that would remove your offhand attack.
Okay, so I'd still get 2 attacks though, right?
Correct.
Okay, and it says 2d6.
Yep, it's 2d6,
Okay.
2d6 +1 damage and +1 to hit.
And my short swords are 1d6 +3. I'm pretty sure that the great sword is a better deal. I am really, really sleep deprived, so I don't think I can do math, but I'm just going to bet on it. I'm going to say, yeah,
Okay.
that sounds right. And take it.
Okay. So did everybody put their initiative in?
Yes, we're good here.
Okay. So, Cletarus, you can hear Smokey go, "What?" And you can hear this guard coming towards her. What would Cletarus like to do?
Excuse me, pardon me.
Just gonna run in there and attack his face.
Go for it.
Assume we don't want the guard, so. That's one cancel. There we go. 15?
15 misses.
Well, how about 19?
That hits.
For 6 damage.
Okay. Anything with a bonus action?
Nope.
Okay. So the guard is going to try to spear Clitaris.
Covered.
But misses with a 12. The back southern door opens, and a second guard comes out, and he's going to try and spear Clitaris. And he misses with a 5. And that dice sucks too.
Shocking.
Rude.
These guards can't seem to find the Clitaris.
No, evidently not.
It's not real.
This door opens, and a guard comes out. He has 2 spears. He's going to throw one at Steve.
Steve landed on the ground. I removed the flight thing when we grouped up.
Oh, okay. So he will just try to stab you.
Which in hindsight was probably a bad idea.
15 to hit.
That is the AC.
All right. For a terrifying 2 points of piercing damage.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
I am not going to tolerate this. Let's see
But
here.
there you put me on the nose with a newspaper.
This guy comes out, but he can't do anything because he had to dash. This guy was sitting on the wrong side of the table, so he can't do a whole lot. And another veteran comes out. All right, Steve, what would you like to do?
Well, since they're trying to gang up on me, I'm gonna do a burning hands.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And from where I'm at, it looks like I could probably angle it and get all 3 of them.
Yep. The 2 guards fail with a 3 on their dex save. The veteran fails with a 6. God damn it.
Yeah, that's below the 14. Let me see, 36.
You said burning head, and all I can think is G Gundam was like, shining finger.
Ooh, not bad damage. 14 damage.
Okay. These 2 guys are burned to a crisp and are no longer with us. I'm going to stack their bodies over here in the corner. This guy. This guy gets a face full of fire and says something about damn casters. Anything with a bonus action or movement?
No bonus action, but let's see where we can move to. Steve will run over here and be like, hey guys, there's more over there.
Okay.
Excuse me, pardon me, I got things to do over here.
Weeben, what would you like to do?
What is the blue thing?
This thing here? It is a well that brings up muddy, rank water.
Works for me. Weeben will run here. How high is the well? Like off the ground? Like how tall is it?
Like, for you, the edge of the well comes up to about your chest. Well, probably your neck.
Cool. All right, then I will go. Sorry, I guess here, and then attempt to hide.
Okay.
27.
Okay. So you are hidden. You get the ninja mask.
I have a picture of Weebit inside the well holding on with his fingertips.
Right.
Weebin will continue around the other side of the well.
Okay.
So that the guy didn't know which way I was going from. And can I shoot from there, or do I need to move more?
Wow, you can just shoot from there, yeah. So you are hidden, and sneak attack applies. You have advantage on your attack.
Is that an advantage?
Yep.
That's what I was hoping. Yay! 24.
Yes, that hits.
Woo! That's 13 plus 1. Damn it. 6, 12, 18 damage.
Okay. That hurt a lot, but he's still up. So you used your bonus action. You're no longer stealthed. Okay.
So he basically has no eyebrows and a pencil sticking out of him?
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
It's a large pencil.
It's like a really bad middle school prank. Involving a Bic lighter and a pencil. Back when I was in school, all purchased at the student store because, we just didn't really care about kids' safety back then. Zinquinol, what would you like to do?
I'm going to move just a little bit and hit that guy with... Gosh, I hope he's dumb. Toll of the Dead.
Okay.
So that's a 14.
Is that a con save or a whiz save?
Wisdom.
17 to save.
Is my spiritual weapon still
It is.
around or no?
It is.
No.
It is. If you were still concentrating on it, then it's still there.
Yeah, I just keep her handy. So I'm going to hit him with that.
Okay, go for it.
Let's see. Ooh. I'm just going to stand around and pout is what I'm going to do.
Yeah, spiritual weapon bounces off his armor.
Cross my arms and stomp my foot and have a tantrum. That's my plan.
Let's see here. I'm going to give him the bomb icon, and that'll be spiritual weapon, showing that it's on him. Rather than throwing another token on the board, we'll just give him an icon. Okay.
That's it.
Scaly, what would you like to do?
I will use my telepathy to tell him, surrender now, tell all the others to surrender. We have killed your overlords and don't need to kill anymore unless you make us.
Make an intimidation check.
Well, that's going to stink, but I'll still have a roll at it. Whopping 12.
Well, he only got an 11 on his insight check. That's not a fantastic success. He does not immediately surrender, but he will be at disadvantage on his next attack. You can clearly see on his face that he's considering this, but he's a little disturbed that he was talked to in his brain.
Of course. I will then fly over and park my 55 feet above his head.
Okay.
I am, after all, a lizard man on a broom.
Yeah, because things aren't fucked up enough, right?
Yeah.
All right. Smokey, we finally get to you. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna try out my new sword. Let's do this.
I'm sure that once that +1 plate mail armor cools down, that Cleitaris might like that.
I got 14 to hit for my first attack.
That's a miss.
Do you have an inspiration?
Oh, I got a nat 20.
Okay, well, that's double damage.
All right.
This guy might be completely boned.
16 altogether.
Okay, this guy, you use your newly found sword to cleave him in half.
It works great.
Hey guys, this sword's really sharp. And kind of shiny. And he goes over in the pile. Anything with bonus action or movement?
Let me see. I'll move over a little bit. I don't really have much else to do.
Okay. So you cleave this guard in half, and you see Morwen Daggerford get up off of the straw cot that she's been sitting on and come over, and she's holding the bars. Like, suddenly her demeanor changes. She's excited by this. She still looks, of course, emaciated and filthy, but she's excited by the idea that maybe she's going to be saved. Cleitaris, what would you like to do?
I guess kill this last guard here.
Okay.
22 to hit.
That hits.
For 5 damage.
Okay.
But actually, do I get sneak attack on that because he's being near other people?
That's right. You have a level in rogue, don't you? Yes, you do.
So that's an extra 4 damage.
Okay.
And second attack is 15.
15 is a miss, glances off his shield. Anything with bonus action or movement?
Neither.
Okay. All right. The guard is overly loyal and is going to try to spear. This time he's going to try and spear Smokey. That dice had to roll around the entire tray before landing on a fucking 5, taunting me. For a total of 8, misses you. Steve the Devil, what would you like to do here?
Let's see. That guy's still alive in the doorway.
Yes. He's considering his options.
Going back to community college?
Yeah. Maybe studying another trade. This one clearly isn't working out for him.
Steve's going to do a little skip, hop fly over the well and land over here.
Okay.
And I'm actually going to throw my trident at that guy.
Okay. You can do that.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
11 misses.
Yeah, it does. I think.
And then I just look all sad.
Steve's not that
Yeah.
strong.
It's a new technique. He's still working on it.
Okay.
No bonus, so yeah, I just stand there looking sad, like, aw.
Weeben, what would you like to do?
That is muted. Okay. Weaving.
I just realized I didn't have this guy do anything on his turn. Oh, well. Be murder hobo.
Weaving. We'll go back to the whole hidden life and attempt to hide again, because that seems to be the way that Weaving lives.
Okay.
Nat 20 to hide. So 29.
Okay. So you are hidden.
But I hope so at that point.
Yeah.
I like this dice. It's treating me well.
Mine are all of them are treating me like shit. Like, ugh.
You gotta stick by until they roll good. That's what I do.
Don't give up on them. Keep with them.
We're gonna go in the jail pretty soon. I don't think 4 of them will fit in my little dice jail.
Mutiny.
It'll be a dice game bang night. It's fine. I'll attempt to shoot this guy again. Wait, do we want him dead? We want him dead, right?
Are we carrying?
I have no idea, but I'm gonna attack them.
All right.
Oh, there's advantage, right?
Yep.
I mean, not that it matters. I rolled a 24 on the first one, but maybe it's a crit. Who knows?
Yeah.
It was not. I rolled a 19 instead of an 18 that time.
So sneak attack does apply because it was an advantage.
Yeah. 12, 15, 22.
22.
22.
Okay. Yeah. So this guy has like an arrow sticking out of like his collarbone. He is badly messed up. There's like a small geyser of blood shooting out. But he's still up.
Just a flesh wound.
Yeah, tis but a flesh wound. Your arm's gonna fall off. Zinquinal, what would you like to do?
I'm going to, now that I've recovered from my bout of pouting, I'm going to go after him again. Everyone else has done the heavy lifting, so I'm just going to jump in there real quick.
Smack him with the spiritual weapon?
Yeah, I'll start with smacking with spiritual weapon.
That hits.
Nice.
Okay. So you're gonna see this blue glowy, what appears to be a blue glowy warhammer, just float in front of him and go whack right in the forehead, and this guy just falls over stiff like a tree trunk hitting the forest floor, and he's dead. You can hear that there's still movement inside, but you hear a sword and shield hit the floor, and you hear this guy call out, "I surrender!"
Excellent. I assume we're accepting that.
Oh, shit.
Sure.
All right. So, yeah, come out with your hands up.
Okay. Scaly. This guy comes out, and he has his hands up. He is surrendering.
Trying to decide if I should go collect the other people still on guard or not, or let them figure it out.
How far is the range on your telepathy?
60 feet visual, so I can fly up and look
But
at
the
them.
other guys are going to hear him surrender, and that by itself is that's got to do something to them. Because that's at least one more person down. I don't know.
Well, I'll give them a chance before we murder hobo them all. I'll go up near the middle of the entry. Hopefully, well, how about like here? Can I see in this room?
Yep.
Okay, I'll go more. What's that?
No, go ahead.
I hope to be able to see the guards at the gate if it's open, and the guards in the tower if it's visible,
Yep.
and tell them all.
Okay. Make an intimidation check. You can make it with advantage, because you guys have pretty much slaughtered a good portion of their command structure.
A -1 or 15. I'll take the 15.
So the guards at the front gate and the guards in the tower surrender.
Okay, good.
Does either Zinquinel or Clitaris have like a collection plate? You try and pass around before they leave. That's an option that doesn't involve murdering everybody. I don't know. I figured one of them would have it.
Going around collecting donations for the crushing wave.
Yep.
Yeah, one of those ones on the big stick like they used to have back in the day.
Smokey, there's one guard that is left and you guys are fighting. You want to make another attack?
Yeah,
he's bleeding profusely.
He's not impressed enough by my new sword, I guess. Give up. Okay, that's 13 to hit, but
that is a miss.
Yeah. Okay, that one's better hit. 24.
Yep, that gets him.
Okay. 10.
Okay, this guy goes down in a messy pile. Whoops. I don't want to do that. Once again, you are out of combat. So, at this point, essentially, Scaly is going around telling all these guards, surrender or we're going to fucking kill you and I will eat your corpse. And they are pretty okay with that idea.
It won't be a corpse, but I'll eat them.
Right. Weeben,
Loot the bodies. Weeben, loot the bodies.
Weeben, make an investigation check.
Investigation, you said.
Yes.
Yeah. Does the reroll ones account to skill checks too?
They account to everything.
Thank God. I will take the new roll because that was a 1 that turned into 19 plus what's my investigation 1. That's not 20.
So you discover two things. The captain of the guard's body. The captain had a +1 shield. Is wearing +1 leather armor, or studded leather armor. And the spear that Steve took out of his side and dropped to the ground, you discover is really shiny and is a +1 spear.
Hey guys, +1 shield, +1 studded leather armor, +1 spear. Wait, sorry, just a +1 shield and +1 leather armor. I didn't see +1 spear.
So the spear can be used either one-handed or two-handed, so it's versatile. It can also be thrown.
I really want that armor if nobody else wants it.
I already have some, so it's all yours.
Clitaris, the +1 plate has cooled down. If you want to spend some time equipping +1 plate, I'm sure that's better than what you've got.
I'd like the shield for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a +1 shield.
Steve wants to wander into the armory and see if there is a halberd available.
There is a very good possibility that there's a halberd available. Yeah, there is a halberd available.
Is by any chance would there be a basic chain shirt also available?
Yes, there is.
Score.
So, Smokey, you can upgrade your armor to +1 studded. Smokey and Clitaris, you're in the jail, and behind in this cell here, there is this woman who looks like a beat up, mistreated Morwen Daggerford, and she says, "Are you here to liberate me?"
Are we actually here to save her?
Girl, you gotta liberate yourself.
Here's some lockpicks. Get to it. And
Yeah, sure, we're not.
It's all in me.
the first guard that you killed has the key ring, so you can unlock her cell. I mean, it's up to you guys how you want to handle this.
The keys are all like covered in viscera and stuff, right?
Well, yeah, of course. Especially that first guard, because I mean, you cleaved him in two.
I'll unlock it with the gross gooey keys.
So you're unlocking and letting her out.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Seems nice.
So she comes out and she says, "Oh, thank God, you are my saviors. I've been trapped here for the last 5 years."
That's a really long time.
And she says, "Baronness Wynne is a treacherous wench." Now, you guys just saw Morwen Daggerford give a public proclamation about the Zentrim being the new militia in Daggerford like 2 days ago.
Say, hey, don't I recognize you from somewhere?
She says, "I am Morwen Daggerford, the quartermaster of the town of Daggerford."
Maybe someone less stupid should speak with her is what I'm getting at.
Are you though?
So I mean,
So how about that proclamation that you said?
she says, "What proclamation are you speaking of? I've been here in this dungeon."
Right. So does she look like the person we saw give the proclamation?
She looks like, yes, she looks like she is Morwen Daggerford. She looks like she has been mistreated and malnourished.
I'm
But
trying to establish, like, I can say I'm Morwen Daggerford, and if no one else has seen me before, then I'm Morwen Daggerford.
yeah, I mean, you guys have all seen her. You know what Morwen Daggerford looks like. This woman looks like Morwen Daggerford, although skinny to the point where her bones are sticking out. I mean, she's not like Eugenia Cooney skinny, but she's
like 90s supermodel skinny.
So anybody, taking a look at your hair, or
yeah, she looks like she could use a hamburger or two, and maybe her pancreas has a problem, but other than that, this woman looks like Morwen Daggerford. Dirty as hell. She looks like she's been in a jail for 5 years.
Well, somebody feed her, for God's sake. Do I have food on me? I got to. I'm a ranger. I'm sure I got something in my back pocket.
I'm sure somebody can cast Goodberry.
Oh, shit.
No,
Maybe I can.
now remember, these are a suppository.
I can also cast purify food and water on the local supplies.
Well, I mean, there's plenty of food in the mess hall. So, if you want to,
Take her over there.
okay. So everybody's going. Is everybody convening in the mess hall? Is that the idea, to find out what the fuck is going on?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll just tell her everything I can remember about what happened. I don't know how helpful anything I remember will be, but I'll do my best.
So she tells you a rather almost unbelievable tale. So you heard, when you were in Daggerford, you heard a tale told by Sir Istival about how the Duke of Daggerford, her brother, Maldwyn, historically was kind of a fop. He was more interested in the trappings of being a duke rather than actually ruling well. And so the town of Daggerford, not that they really had any terrible problems, but economically, the town could have been doing better. But like I said, it's not like he wasn't a Trump by any means, but things could have been better. He was more like a Clinton. So there was a situation where Morwen started to cavort with what could be seen as a commoner. And many believed that this woman, her name was Nyissa, they believed her to be a witch of some kind, that she had seduced him, possibly used magical means to charm him. And his behavior became more and more and more erratic. And a group of adventurers investigated and found that that Nyissa was some kind of terrible witch, and that she had summoned a pit fiend from the gates of hell that were found in Dragonspear Castle. These adventurers put down the pit fiend. Nyissa escaped, but unfortunately, Duke Morwen was killed in that encounter. What Sir Isteval told you was that Morwen, his sister, who was the quartermaster of the townspeople loved Morwen to the point where the town council, who mimics the masked lords of Waterdeep, but everything in Daggerford is mimicked on Waterdeep. It's a sad mimicry, really, because everybody in Daggerford knows who the masked lords are, but they still do it. Never mind. So they liked Morwen so much that they all agreed to do away with the practice of primogeniture, which would have made only any of Morwen's sons, who he had none, would have been the only people that could have become Duke of Daggerford. They did away with primogeniture and basically voted amongst themselves to install Morwen as the Duchess. She tells you that's not what really happened. She says that Nyissa, she discovered, was a succubus known as Pencheska. And Pencheska conspired with Baronness Wynne to essentially place Baronness Wynne on the throne. But Pencheska told her that she wasn't going to do it until all of her work for the country of Thay was done. And you know Thay as being the Red Wizards of Thay. They're all necromancers. They're all very evil people. The whole country's run by liches, etc., etc. And Pencheska changed herself to look like Morwen Daggerford and has been ruling in her place. Morwen wants to reward you. She says, first of all, she says, she gives you all her heartfelt thanks. And she says, if you will help me just a little further to reclaim my town, I will grant you all. First of all, you're all going to be knighted for rescuing me. She says, second, if you'll go just a little bit further to help me reclaim Daggerford, I will grant you this keep. She says, now I know that it's in the Lizard March and that's not much. She says, but under current circumstances, I don't really have anything else to give you.
And we'll all look at Scaly. Like, is that good enough?
It's just nicer than my village, yeah?
It's Scaly Keep. That's what we'll call it.
Who was it that told us to not go into the prison?
Well,
The captain of the guard, who was the captain holding Cromm's hold under Baronness Wynne. He's now dead.
Even the other halfling that was running the Zentrum got murdered while you were not playing morning, just so you know. So
Yeah, he got murdered today, actually. Yeah. The snail is no longer with us. Oh, darn.
We can start calling Weeben the snail just to take his place.
So Morwen is completely mortified and aghast that the Zentrim have been made the town militia of Daggerford, and she wants them out of her town.
Well, we can take the snail's head and put it on a pike. They don't have to know it got separated from his body all the way out here. They'll still think she's the crime and punishment Baroness or whatever.
Okay.
I don't know.
So she's open to ideas of how you want to handle this. She says, obviously, we control Cromm's hold now, and I'm gifting this castle to you. But obviously, with our numbers the way they are, we can't do a direct assault on Daggerford. The Zentrim are too many. How would you propose we do this?
We'll leave his head on a pike. And then I don't know what happens next. That might intimidate some of the Zentrim.
Or if we got the catapult spell, we could just launch his head at them.
Right at the
Weeben's a member of the Zentrum, right? Like, why doesn't he just?
So Morwen doesn't know that Weeben's a member. So Morwen doesn't know that Weeben is a member of the Zentrim.
Right. No, but so I'm saying is if the keep and whatever rewards that are out there, instead of worrying about intimidating him, if he's being installed as a replacement to the snail, he can just say to Waterdeep and they'll follow him.
Well, there's nothing to say that Weeben would be reinstated or installed as the replacement for the snail. Weeben is
the highest ranking member of the Venturing right now?
No, you wouldn't be.
Oh.
In fact, the snail was quite a bit higher than you are.
Right, but he's dead.
Right.
So whoever's under the snail would have taken over.
What I'm saying is that there are other people in the food chain that are higher than Weeben.
Gotcha.
Is Weeb going to be a martyr to the cause? Because we could set up a meeting, send you in to go negotiate, and then just strap a big bomb to your back and blow them all up.
So hold on here.
There might be a small objection to that.
Well with me.
I think what we should do is try and get the guy at the church that used to be in charge of all the defense for the town. He's indecent. We need to try and get him on our side before we do stuff. I don't know if he has any other contacts or if everybody else fucked off when the Zentrum came in.
Hold on here. I will explain where Weeben is sitting.
Weeben, we'll call the big bomb Plan B. How's that?
Or boom.
I have a trust on if we're gonna explode anything from the party. Wait, Weeben's flying.
I'm imagining the Tressum being a lot like Eagly. Here, Tressum, take this bomb and go fly it over there and place it on top of that building. Wait, why did he fly over the forest? What's he doing? If you haven't watched Peacemaker, it is hilarious.
I was rolling. Sil hasn't watched it, but I had to make her watch the one part after the big battle. If you know which part I'm talking about. The go fuck a fish.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Right.
Not a rumor. Fuck off, Barry.
Fuck off, Barry. Yeah.
The series, but you guys see this one scene.
Here we go. Page 34. So, where is Zentari? Maybe this is the wrong book. What's your current rank in the Zent? Weeben? Weeben?
Wolf. Yes. I thought I wasn't muted. I was muted again. Sorry. Yes, I'm a wolf.
You're a wolf. Okay.
So is that like a step above a private first class?
Kind of.
A step above below.
Hold on, I gotta look up a
I
renown.
really have no ranking.
Well, I mean, you're just starting out, so let's see here. Renown.
I did jump like a couple ranks early on, so I'm a little bit greedy for more ranks already here.
Here we go. So, Zentrim, yeah, you're like second ring up from the bottom. Well, I wouldn't say from the bottom. The ranks for the Zents really start at Fang, and then it jumps to Wolf. Then there's Viper, R-Dragon, and Dreadlord. There's no Dreadlord in Daggerford. There's probably not an R-Dragon either, but there is at least a Viper running this situation, which means he has renown 10.
Ooh. Yeah, he's way above me. I'm only 4.
So, and there's probably other wolves that are in that chain of command.
Makes sense.
So then, my question is, are you going to, is Weeben going to reveal to Morwen that he's actually a part of the Zentrim?
Knowing how much trouble that's not worth, no. Like, there are way too many higher ranking people there that could be very problematic.
But
enough of a game to reveal it.
But you
just a few people to kill.
It's
fine.
All of you can make an insight check.
I got 16, not bad.
That's pretty good. What about Weeben?
We both got 6.
Okay.
I'm going to use my inspiration just because I think it will benefit the whole group if I can roll higher than 11 or 16.
Soft 20. Don't do it yet. Soft 20.
Okay.
So Weeben, in your head, you're weighing like you said, she obviously hates the fucking Zentrim. She hates them. She doesn't want them in her town. On the flip side of that, she was just liberated by you guys. The one thing that you know from your insight check is that Morwen Daggerford is a straight shooter. She doesn't beat around the bush. She is honest in her dealings. And she expects honesty in return.
So if she says you guys get a tower, she's not going to give us a bunch of boulders with giants around it.
Right. I mean, as far as she's concerned, if you want the fucking tower too, you can have it. I mean, your warlock probably wants the tower. But, so you basically have access to, if you want to clear out the tower, you can have the tower. You also have Cromm's Hold. But what I'm saying is that she is a straight shooter and she expects people that are working with her, she expects the same thing from them. She wants honesty at all times. The other thing, and Scaly, you kind of think back on the history of Daggerford. This has implications that she's been in jail for 5 years. This has implications all the way back from the very first game that we all played together.
She's missed so many smartphones.
So your time doing all the stuff for the elemental against the cult of elemental evil, the all the time spent in Barovia, those characters were all sent there or all dealt with Pencheska. You didn't deal with Morwen Daggerford. This has been going on all this time. The Morwen Daggerford that you had met previously with previous characters was actually a succubus.
Okay, that makes sense for why we ended up in Barovia then. All right.
Right.
God damn it.
Yeah, fuck these guys. Get them out of here. We'll just send them and let Strahd deal with them.
I'm not giving up my Ravenloft castle.
No. Yeah, I know.
I don't care if the contract is fake. I don't care. You're not getting me out of there.
Sounds like we need to get all of our previous characters and roll in there like 30 characters deep.
Right. I mean, so like I said, this was a secret that's been going on since 5e came out. Like even it started with the beta test with D&D Next of 5e and has gone on this long.
So is this the big reveal that you were waiting for?
This was the big reveal. And I mean, not all of my players know this. 2 of my groups know this. But yeah, so this is the big reveal, is that Morwen Daggerford has been a succubus all this time. This is the real Morwen Daggerford. And so for Weben, you can tell that if you don't tell her that you're with the Zents, she may hold a grudge about that if she finds out later.
I will reveal it only because I feel like once she gets more of her power and we're able to do all the things, it's going to be better to have her as an ally than an enemy.
Okay. So how are you going to reveal it?
I will let her know that while I am... I will let her know that there is a truth that I need to let her know. Like, I'll let her know, like, I need to tell you something. I need you to understand that not all of us in the Zentrin are the same. That, hey, you need to know something. Not everybody in the Zentrin is all bad. And she's like, oh, I know they're all bad. And I'm like, do you? And then I'll show her my tattoo. Because this one just saved you.
So make a persuasion check. You get to make it at advantage.
Persuasion. Oh, hell. Thank you, advantage, because that other roll was not so bad. Okay, persuasion plus 6, 24.
Nice.
So she is, you tell her this and you show her your tattoo, and she is, all of you can see the inner turmoil on her face. And she says that she wants the Zentrim out of her town, but she personally thanks you for rescuing her, and she says that should we move forward, I will allow you to operate in the town as long as you do it, not necessarily, she doesn't say legally, as long as you do it with tact and don't try to overwhelm the town the way that it, clearly from what you're telling me, the Zents have overwhelmed the town. Don't upset the status quo.
No, that makes sense. We work better in the shadows anyway.
Is there a way to prove somebody's a succubus or out them or something? I don't know much about them in this game.
So, succubi and incubi, they are devils. They are they're low-ranking devils, but they are used to infiltrate. They are used to infiltrate organizations in the material realm because they can. Obviously, they can seduce. They also can naturally change shape to take the form of other people. And they can suck out your life force by kissing you. And they have, I think they can innately charm people, if I remember correctly. So there is one area that you have not investigated in this castle. And I will show you that area because, I mean, you have free reign of the castle. It is here. And you don't have to move your tokens or anything. So this is Baronness Wynne's private room in Cromm's hold. Everybody make an investigation check.
Yeah. 11.
7 and like 5.
Wow, you guys are terrible at.
I got 10. I don't know.
Yeah, 14.
So Scaly, you come in and behind this bookshelf, you find that there's a secret door, and the bookshelf opens up into a small area not shown on the map. It's a small room that is, a small 10 by or 5 by 5, 10-foot room, 4 squares. 4 squares. That's actually funny because there's an altar in here, and it is an altar that is covered in blood. You clearly know that these corpses, or the bones and skulls that are around the base of this altar, are lizard folk. And you see Scaly, you actually, no. What languages does Scaly speak?
Common, Draconic, Druidic, Elvish, and I have the telepathy.
So you see that there are letters scribed out. It looks like they are scribed out with a coke nail in blood on the altar, but you don't recognize them. They look like a cross between runes and it looks like a mix between Draconic and Dwarvish. You're not sure. They're very angular, very angry looking words.
Can we
I
talk to him?
don't think I have the read language spell. I don't think druids get that.
You can point it out to somebody else.
Yep, will do.
Who knows some weird languages? Come on. Come on, Steve the Devil probably knows. I bet it's infernal or whatever they speak. Maybe.
I have primordial.
Scaly, make a intelligence check. Just raw intelligence.
Wow, I'm a druid, so that's not fantastic, but I'll have a go. Oh, 16. Not as horrible as I expected.
You guess, your initial guess looking at them is that this is infernal. It would be like here's an example. Down the street from me this is so weird. It's a Korean Pentecostal Christian church.
Oh yeah, I've seen those, yeah.
And the words underneath, you can tell the script. You can tell that it's Korean.
Yeah, they have more circles in there.
Yeah, it's very fluid as opposed to kanji. So you can tell that this is infernal.
Steve speaks infernal.
He read me the story at the police, remember? He Scaly saw the letters while we were there, too. Somebody else besides him must have.
So Steve comes in and he looks at these claw marks in blood, and confirms that this is an altar to Asmodeus. Who's like Overlord of the Nine Hells. I'm sure he has more titles than that, but I won't go into the litany. Steve and Scaly make another investigation check.
Ooh, 21.
Steve got a 6.
So, Scaly, you start looking around, and there is like a little, there's like a bone podium in here made out of lizard folk femurs that has a book on it, and then you find under a pile of bones, kind of tucked into a niche in the bottom of the altar, you find a stack of brass plates about half a foot in length, and they are all connected by a brass chain. So you can open it up, and it is brass plates that read down to the bottom, one plate after another. And it is all written in Infernal. Steve confirms that this is the contract for Baronness Wynne with Asmodeus, that she would gain power, she would be granted all of these rights, Daggerford would be hers, blah, blah, blah. And at the bottom, it is signed Baronness Wynne, and it is in her handwriting that is etched. It looks like the etching on the brass was burned into the brass with burning blood.
Yes. Take this to the ex-captain of the guard in Daggerford.
Sir Istival?
Doesn't say what she had.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Does it say what she had to do to get all that wonderfulness?
She had to sacrifice her cousin, Morwen Daggerford. But Morwen had to be saved until the proper moment when a contract with the Wizards of Thay was completed. Everybody can make another insight check. Because this is kind of, ooh, look at Scaly with the big brains.
Druid wisdom.
Stop pointing for Steve.
So between Steve and Scaly, you kind of put together that whatever Pencheska has been doing or waiting to do, the timeline has been fast forwarded. Now, Jeff has played in some of my other campaigns. So his previous character, this is metagaming, but Jeff would know that what is really going on is that right now there is a rebellion going on in Thay. To the point where they hired adventurers to sneak into their vault where all the phylacteries of the liches that rule Thay are kept. And if you remember at one point, Jeff, your previous characters had come into contact with Pencheska's private room. But she wasn't there. Nobody knew why. Now you know why. So, evidently, Pencheska's timeline has been pushed forward. Over the past 5 years, she's actually been ruling Daggerford pretty well. Like, Daggerford has been prospering economically. She hasn't done anything evil. The people are happy until 3 months ago when she brought in the Zentrim. Things have ramped up. So evidently,
her sacrifices here.
Yeah, her timeline has been shortened. The other thing that Morwen tells you is that Baronness Wynne, she has been made aware by overhearing the guards talk, and just from Baronness Wynne liked to come in and gloat that she was in jail, about how she was going to, Baronness Wynne was going to be placed as Duchess of Daggerford, and that Morwen was going to lose everything. She tells you that it seemed like Baronness Wynne was going to Daggerford frequently, trying to pressure Pencheska into completing this deal so that she could take over. So, the question remains, how do you want to deal with this? I mean, do you want to... As Morwen said, it's not like you guys can do a full frontal assault. But nobody suspects you guys of anything. You could go back to Daggerford and deal with the situation in a more stealthy manner. And she kind of looks at Weeben.
I don't know. I don't think that there's much stealthy about going full frontal.
Well, she's not saying that. She says we can't do a full frontal. We don't have the people.
We haven't been grooming ourselves.
Right. You haven't shaved or waxed. So you're gonna have to.
It's gonna be rough.
It's gonna be rough. You're gonna have to go in from the back.
Yeah. Okay. Just confirming I understand the situation.
Right.
Is there a reason they didn't just kill her? Why did they imprison her for years? Did I miss it?
Because they're waiting for the proper time to sacrifice her to Asmodeus.
Okay, sorry. Thank you. So the captain of the guard guy, is he all by himself, or does he have forces he can assemble to assist?
If you were to go and get Sir Isteval, so Sir Isteval is a member of the court. If you were to get him privately and relay this information, he is a disciple of Aminator. He would be aghast and ashamed and do everything in his power to help you put an end to Pencheska. This is not the first time that Daggerford has dealt with devils, although I would say this is the worst time that they've dealt with devils.
The last time they dealt with devils, did they have anybody to help them? Like, what was that? What was the city on the waterfront that was huge?
Waterdeep?
Yeah, they had a bunch of churches and stuff.
No, they didn't have help from Waterdeep. The devils were put down by a group of adventurers from a school, a school for orphans that is in Daggerford called the it is the Charter School for Wayward Bastards.
All right, I gotcha.
And it's run by a trade company called the Greenwater Mercantile and Adventuring Company.
So there's not really anybody to... It's up to us, basically. So,
right.
Do it smart. Shit, I'm not gonna have that great a plan.
So, but I mean, like I said, you guys aren't wanted. You can walk back into Waterdeep, you can walk back into Daggerford, and nobody's going to think twice about it.
Maybe what we should do is give the ex-captain of the guard guy the contract. Maybe he can, because I figure we can either like sneak in the dead of night and like capture or fight the people that are actually stuck by, or we can try and get all the townsfolk on our side as like a mob against what has happened. I don't know which way the party prefers, but I think that's kind of our only choices, really.
So, I mean, you guys obviously know if you show Sir Estival this brass plate contract, he's going to lose his shit. I mean, he's a paladin of Aminator. He's going to, like, want to go on the warpath. He's also not that great. He walks with a cane. I mean, he's still a paladin, a high-level paladin, but he walks with a cane. He's been injured.
But if he shows the town that, they will believe him because he's been a good guy for his whole life. No? Isn't good enough?
So,
is he a born again follower?
No. But over the past 5 years, the people of Daggerford have been treated really well. I mean,
Okay.
the Pencheska, under the guise of being Morwen Daggerford, has done great things economically for the people. They're the commoners. Their will might be swayed to just say, fuck it, who cares? You know, we're doing well.
All right, so let's sneak in early in the morning. No, we don't need to worry about that. I don't know. I guess we should just waltz in and kill some folks. Yeah.
That's always a good idea, but
somebody argue with me. I'm arguing with myself. It feels like I'm going to really bad conclusion.
So now I'm curious, why is Cameron so sleep deprived? Went out partying last night? I don't know, my wife hasn't been able to sleep either for like 2 days.
I don't sleep. I sleep for like about 3 or 4 hours, 2 days in a row. And then on the third day, I get a normal amount of sleep. And then the same thing happens. I have no clue what's wrong with me, but it's really annoying.
Yeah,
it helps me play a low intelligence, low insight character. So that's cool. So just let out whatever dumb thoughts come into my mind.
What the fuck?
It's the Canadian. Hi.
It's the what the fuck was that?
I don't know. I don't even know which person it was. It was kind of fun.
I'm not sure. Honestly, Jeff and I have had this before. Maybe there was
Sorry, that was loud.
Oh, okay, sorry. There for a second I thought it was a TeamSpeak hack type of thing. did my Skype just get hacked? So yeah, I mean, so the question is to you guys. You can walk back into Daggerford. You've got rooms at either the River Shining Inn or the Happy Cow Tavern. It's up to you. You can walk in, take a night, and decide how you want to deal with it in the morning. Morwen Daggerford would
feed her at the Happy Cow.
Well, yeah, you'll be treated better at the Happy Cow, that's for sure. Morwen Daggerford would actually prefer, she will take a horse and head north to Waterdeep. So if she can, she will speak with Laryl Silver, or excuse me, she will speak with Dagalt Neverember, who is the current. Oh no, he's not. She will speak with Laryl Silverhand. Sorry, I was getting my storylines mixed. She will speak with Laryl Silverhand, the Open Lord of Waterdeep, to see about getting aid to re-secure her town.
Cool.
But how?
Ready to do some littering?
How long will her trip to do that take? What's our window before returning to Daggerford?
So it's going to take you probably a day and a half to get out of Lizard Swamp or Lizard Marsh, simply because of terrible conditions. It will take her 2 to 3 days to reach Waterdeep. Any forces that come from Waterdeep will likely, if they're by land, which that would be what you would expect, will take 2 to 3 days.
I wonder about if the group wants to take a day or two because of our contact with the Blue Feather tribe to try and secure a status quo now that we've removed outside forces, so that at least we don't return here to conflict with the lizard folk in the short term.
That's an option as well.
I don't mean take the whole, 3 sessions to do a thing, but hopefully just a diplomatic look. We've solved a couple problems. There's some other things to deal with, but we're going to have to go elsewhere for a period. But maybe Scaly's race can serve to show we're not invaders, and that we get a truce period before something else later to see what comes of it. But I'd rather not create another, we walked away from it and come back to a mess.
Right, and at the very least, that would secure Cromm's hold from being, constantly assaulted by this tribe of lizard folk who are angry about the food in their swamp that's getting uppity.
Yeah. What does
I
you think?
should talk to the lizards.
I thought we just sent Scaly so they wouldn't eat us.
That too. Little column A, little column B. So,
Okay, I didn't want to say it, but just my presence, just my contribution. I don't have to be in charge of it so much as I can contribute if that's what you want. But if you think Scaly should go try and talk his game, even though he don't got no game, I'll have a go.
I don't know, I felt like they were gonna eat us and they won't eat you because there's lizard folk and there's food, right? That's what I recall. That's their view.
We could make claims that will provide better food stuff so they won't have to hunt lizard folk. We'll make claims that we're going to return to Crumb's hold for stability purposes because it's ours now.
Yeah, go for it.
and so Scaly is a druid, right?
Yes.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Sure.
And then around the town, I think we could camp on the side of the town that is towards Waterdeep. So if we see forces approaching, then we can just roll up into town. Because if we show back up, I'm pretty sure the succubus is going to know that we didn't. Or no, wait. Yeah.
Yeah. She pretty much figured we'd die trying to fix the Black Dragon problem.
Yeah, we weren't supposed to come back. And if we come back, then that's going to kick off some combat without an army backing us.
Well, hopefully with Moonbeam can keep a shapeshifter in their original form, so we might be able to force her into revealing herself as a succubus. That was one of the things that helped us with the vampire. He couldn't revert to gaseous cloud and escape, so.
I did not know that about Moonbeam. That's a very good point.
I don't think Chris liked it, but the spell reads that they cannot revert to another area, so he was a little stuck. But I could save a Moonbeam if we either get her in a pinch or we win. Moonbeam her while she's in chains to reveal her form.
That could be useful. I think anything that shows the people she's not who she says she is would be useful.
Yeah.
But then it still begs the question, who's she working for?
Asmodeus.
So we won't change the map because this is mostly a role play moment. So my question is, Scaly, are you going morning, day, night? How are you going towards the Blue Feather tribe?
Well, despite racial differences, I suppose I'd still like the person with the highest charisma to contribute, so I have better chances because I don't got none.
Oh, of course. I mean, I assume everybody's going on this little jaunt out into the Lizard Marsh. But still, are you going morning? I mean, I don't know that it really matters with lizards. It's not like they care that it's nighttime.
I don't think so. We don't have dark vision or something like that innately, but
it's not like lizards. I mean, just knowing lizards in a terrarium, they don't give a shit if it's morning, day, or night. It's not like they have a normal sleep cycle. In a lot of ways, they're like cats. They'll sleep whenever.
Yeah. I would think from a practical standpoint, an open approach, show them we approach, not that we arrive deep in the village.
So daytime.
There's conflict within the village from her meeting with the discordant shaman. I think he was a shaman.
So, Scaly, make a survival check with advantage.
Let's see. A whopping 14.
That's pretty good. Is anybody in the party going to conceal or attempt to conceal themselves?
Not at all.
I was
I'm not thinking about it, but if somebody does, I can cast invisibility on them. They need it.
So, I mean, invisibility, if Weeben wanted to be hidden, invisibility would give him advantage on his stealth check.
Weeben likes being hidden at all times unless it's absolutely necessary not to be.
Okay.
I don't think it's bad to have a hidden rogue in our back pocket.
I will. Let me see. Visibility. Yeah, I can do that pretty easily at this point.
I don't know, do we have a full rest in between?
Yes. Yeah, I would assume if you're going open and honest, who's got the wind going on? Is there...
That's me, sorry.
Yeah. Are we in somebody's pocket?
Is there like a
tornado?
a sudden tornado comes across the Lizard Marsh? Which evidently isn't that weird. I mean, there was snow and tornadoes in Kentucky, so which
they deserve it.
So, yeah, I mean, on the plus side, tornadoes only ever hit trailer parks. So they showed a picture on the news. They're like, "Oh, this tornado went through a neighborhood," and I was like, "That's not a neighborhood. That's a trailer park." I mean, it's okay. You'll rebuild. Just back it up. but so daytime would probably be your best option, just to show neutrality, I guess. So Weeben, you get advantage on your stealth check. Man, all this role play is making me feel old school.
28.
Nice.
Yeah. So Weeben is hiding in the tall reeds. And of course, when I say tall reeds, they're already like 3 times higher than Weeben is anyways. But he is stealthed in the weeds, or in these reeds, and moving. The downside is, Weeben, you are small. And so a lot of the time, where everybody else has slowed movement because it's difficult terrain because you're in a swamp, A lot of times, Weben being small, you have to swim.
I'll loan him my ring of water walking.
You're loan him the ring of mud breathing.
Yes.
Weben, roll percentage.
How's the overhead?
I roll a percentage. What did I do?
How's the swamp? Is it kind of open swamp, or is it really thick trees?
It is open. There are some trees, but it's mostly open grassland. The swamp is so prevalent that it actually overwaters most of the trees. So a lot of the trees that you see are kind of stunted. Weben, you pick up 10 leeches attached to you, even in this cold weather. And you are shivering. Make a con saving throw.
I want him to have the ring of water walking. I'm on a broom.
Do you have a ring of water walking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Christmas.
All right. Well, then never mind. So, Weben, never mind.
Oh, I was like, do I not get the ring?
Yeah, you get the ring. I didn't know I thought we were joking. I thought, yeah, the ring is a real thing. So, Weben, you are able to walk on water.
Well, if anyone's here,
I am your Lord and Savior. We can.
So,
That's your handwriting.
so I'm sorry. Scaly, survival 14. Okay. So, Scaly, you can make that again. See if you get any higher because Smokey is helping you, being the ranger.
There we go. 22.
Okay. So, between Scaly and Smokey, you guys approach this rough camp, and you come out through the marsh, and there is an area where they have laid the reeds down and made like mud huts. The huts are held up with like bone and timber. It's not like a bullywug village, but these are like essentially mud and bone longhouses like Vikings would have, but they're bone and mud. And each of these longhouses, there's a mud staircase that goes down into a dried area where they've dug it down underneath. So they're all low beneath the reed line. And the lizard folk guards all come up, and they all have their spears, and they're even pointing the spears at Scaly. Scaly, what is your introduction?
We have come from Cromm's Hold and wish to propose a truce to reduce lizard folk being hunted and prevent Crown's Hold from being a source of conflict.
And I assume you're saying this in Draconic.
Yes. On my broom, 40 feet up above the swamp.
All of there's 4 lizard folk warriors, and their tongues all flick out. They're smelling the air. And one of them says to you, "Sss, you are the traitor. You gave up your tribe to go follow the elves."
I did, and now I'm here to offer the tribe peaceful and safety. Peaceful times and safety.
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah, well, that's not my strong suit. 12. I'll throw an inspiration at that, see if I can do better than a 12.
Okay.
I did not, so...
well, suck it. I have one too. Go for it. I believe in you, Scaly.
I'll try again.
Chris, I speak Draconic. Can I give help action?
Yes, you can. So you make another one.
We'll keep crossing our fingers. Oh no, we're not agreeing. It's not good one.
So the guards all insist on disarming all of you.
Maybe someone else can roll. I'm 4 deep and it's not going any better.
The guards all come up and leave your weapons here, humans and traitor.
Any of them recognize me?
Not these guards, no.
When you say leave your weapons, humans, that's very few of us.
Well, yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
do we have a human?
No, not humans. Right. She says, this guard says, leave your weapons, food.
Tenderloins, cutlets.
Yes, cutlets.
Long hair.
And traitor. And we will take you to our chief.
They refer to everyone not lizard folk as soft ones.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They're most lizard folk don't believe there are other races. There are lizard folk and there are food.
What you to do is shift.
Weeben, you don't have to drop your weapons. You are hidden.
I will surrender my staff. I don't even carry a club anymore. My staff and the broom.
Steve will go to hand them his newly acquired halberd, and as they go to take it, he'll use a dismiss action to banish it to another realm.
I just got my sword.
Okay. Are you doing the dismiss action stealthily, or are you just doing it?
Oh, no, as he goes to grab it, I'm using my Hexblade's ability to banish it. It's gone.
They all bring spears up to you, and, heavy clubs, and they're like, this one is a wizard.
Okay.
I look at him with my wings up, I'm like, really? A wizard?
Demonic! And they are all aggro.
God damn it, Steve.
Steve, roll an intimidation check.
What was that, Chris?
Steve, roll an intimidation check.
I got a good intimidation. Nat 20 plus 7.
So they all are hissing and stepping back. Out of a hut steps the shaman that Smokey, I don't know. Smokey, make a perception check.
Oh shit! Here we go. 14.
Okay, yeah, you recognize this guy because I'm sorry, but all lizard folk look the same, except for Scaly, who's dressed as a muddy elf. This guy steps out and he's got a staff and he shakes his staff and these bones clack against the side of it and he says, "Hold your weapons." And he looks at Scaly and goes, "Scaly," and he pronounces Scaly's name, but it sounds like it's like a paragraph long. And he says, Enter the camp. Hold your weapons." So I'm assuming that everybody put their weapons down, right? You are unarmed except for Weeben.
Yep.
Is that what everybody's doing, or you?
Okay, now that I recognize that guy, I guess so. Yeah. If he hadn't stepped out, I was going to use Zephyr Strike and just run away quickly.
Start murdering lizard folk.
The sword. It's so nice. I don't want to put it down and have it stolen by lizard folk.
The bugbear was going to start ruining diplomacy. So he brings you into the camp, and you see that they do have they have a campfire, but it is not a fire per se that's giving off a lot of smoke. It's just hot coals, not to give away their position. And He stamps his staff twice on the ground and says, "These people are our guests," in Draconic. And the guards kind of step back, and the 4 guards that brought you in are all like, they're pissed. And he says, "Bring the chief out. We must discuss this." The chief and 3 other shaman come out. The chief is a lizard folk queen with blue feathers in a headdress. And she comes out and she looks at Scaly and she says, "You disgraced us. What do you have to say for your time with the humans of the world and the other races? The food."
I will say that in possession of, what's it called, Groms? What's the keep's name?
Cromm's Hold.
We have been gifted Crom's Hold, and I think it's in all our interest for lizard folk peace and safety from the humans that I can help to forward the lizard folk's goals.
Make a persuasion check
Yes.
with advantage.
Okay. Hold on.
If things go south, we should bust out that herb bag. That was one.
16 was the best one.
She says, she considers this for a moment, and she says, "The humans invade our realm. They take over our lands. That you have taken one of their holds bodes well." She says, "But explain yourself. You still left to be an elf. You will never be an elf. You are always lizard folk. Why did you give up your heritage?"
This is going to be fun. How big is the area we're in right now?
It's like the camp is like 60-foot diameter.
Like we're down in one of their longhouses. What's my transformation room? How big can I be?
Oh, I mean, it's the entire lizard swamp. Or lizard marsh. I mean, how big do you want to be without damaging?
I think is a good one.
All right.
Hold on. I'm going to move over to a map and zoom in.
Sensing that Scaly's about to go full rhino or something like that, I'm gonna just like quietly step to the edges of the building just to give a wide berth.
So here is the lizard marsh. I mean,
no, I just mean as far as this room, that it's not 5x5 hut that we're all huddled over, and I'll push out the walls.
Yeah, no, you're not in a hut. You're in a 40 by a 40-foot diameter area, roughly. I mean, it might go out to the edges of 60-foot diameter area.
Okay.
But you're in the center of this, around a central fire pit that has been doused so that it's just coal. So they're not producing smoke to release or to show their location.
Yeah. I will use my wild shape, transform into a rhinoceros, and use my telepathy to tell her I will yet be an elf, but I also wish to protect my former folk.
Wow. All of the lizard folk tribe bring up their spears and clubs at that. Scaly, make your choice, either a persuasion or intimidation check with advantage.
I will flop down as a rhinoceros onto my haunches like a pet and use persuasion because intimidation is worse.
Okay.
A whopping 10.
Well, that's okay because you beat her 6. She stands back. She says, "You are wise in the ways of shaman." And she says, "We will confer." And she pulls her shamans around, including the 5th shaman, who is somebody who had come to Smokey previously.
And I'll use my telepathy with the group only that I think we're making progress, but don't be off your guard.
So they convene for about 2 hours in a long hut. And then you see the queen come out, followed by the shaman, and the shaman that contacted Smokey, who is named Licks-a-Lot.
Chris,
Yes.
how long did you say we're convening in this thing?
They're convening for about 2 hours, so it's now like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, I can only hold concentration on invisibility for 1 hour.
Okay. So Weeben,
pop up before we're done.
I was just going to get to Weeben. Weeben, how close are you getting to this camp? Are you keeping a ways away with a bow? Are you going to the edge of the camp? What are you doing?
I am finding somewhere within the camp that is still hidden, because, like, while I, like, was given the spell, I'm like, you know what? I still don't like being out in the open, so I'm still staying somewhere that still I would have cover no matter what.
So you're hiding behind one of the long houses, and you look at your hands, and you can see that it's starting to flicker, and you're starting to come back into reality. Make another stealth check.
Magic is. Yeah, 20.
Well, that's good because the guards rolled a 2. And so you come back into visibility and you're like, "Oh shit." And you kind of duck down. You see that the rest of your party is around this, sitting around this campfire. Some of the guards are being kind enough to offer you cooked lizards, and occasionally you see a squirrel. There seems to be alligator meat. But they're all on skewers that have been cooked over the fire. That's what everybody is being given. It all tastes like chicken. And
I totally suggest we bust out the little spice bag and sprinkle some stuff up for everybody.
Ooh. Steve, make a persuasion check with advantage.
What is my persuasion?
As a shapeshifter, is it possible for me to take on a scaly kind like fruit thing?
So lizard folk are considered to be medium humanoids. I don't. Can you? What's your race?
Changeling.
Yeah, you could change into a lizard folk. I don't know that you want to do that right in front of them.
No, I haven't told anybody that I'm a changeling. Right now, I'm just an elf.
So nobody knows that you're a changeling. They all think. What do they think you are?
An elf.
Okay.
No, didn't you have to drop it one time?
Nope.
Not yet.
Yep.
Yeah. No. I mean, yeah, you could if you needed to.
Wondering.
Just wandered off to go pee, come back as a lizard.
The same armor and everything. But...
Yeah, you'd have the same armor on, but you'd be a lizard folk paladin in armor. That's weird. Well, it's weird that you're a changeling.
Yes.
The roll on that spice persuasion's a 21.
So you get a large group of the guards around there like, oh my god, this tastes so much better. Of course, they're speaking in Draconic, and they're like, oh my god, this is amazing. We've been
doing telepathic translation if the guards are talking, and that just so I'm filling in the party that don't speak Draconic.
Right. And so Weeben, you're close enough that you're in on this telepathic translation. You come forward and you're still hidden, and you can see that the party is doing pretty well with this lizard folk tribe, and they are amazed at how good roasted alligator and squirrel tastes with some seasoning.
And we got the good
He's
seasoning.
so hungry.
Yeah. So, Weeben, what are you doing?
Weeben wants the food. Oh, goodness.
That's what
I'm
happened.
going to attempt to steal some food.
Okay. Your stealth, make a sleight of hand check.
Because, like, this is not fair. Why do I have to hide while everybody else gets to eat good food? They don't eat all of the food. I can do some. That's Weeben's logic.
You are a halfling, so, second breakfast.
Exactly. Stop 21.
Okay, yeah. You come in and nobody notices you sneak in and reach between their legs, and you snatch some meat off of a skewer over the fire or over the coals, and you duck back into the reeds, and you're gnawing on it. So after a while, the queen and her entourage of shamans come out, and she has a trident, basically made of wooden bone with tassels of blue feathers hanging from it, and she rattles it, and all of the lizard folk turn and look at her. Even Scaly is kind of instinctually, he knows, oh, that's her sign, and he looks up.
Some shit going down.
Yeah, there's some shit going down, and we got to pay attention. And she says, we, the tribe, will move into Cromm's Hold. We will set up shop, set our camp in the courtyard of Cromm's Hold. It belongs to us. Scaly has brought this to us. I don't know if that's what you guys wanted, but that's what she's decided. And she says, Scaly has been granted the right of shaman of our tribe. And out of the longhouse, you see an elf come out wearing bones and like a reed headdress. And she comes over to Scaly and she says, you've done well.
I'll look at scaling and draconic. Good luck explaining that to the rest of the guys.
Yeah.
So like that size look of like, what the fuck are you doing?
So she says, you've done well. I am a representative of the Emerald Enclave.
And is this the elf merchant from long ago, or is this a different elf?
This is a different elf. Do you have renown with the Emerald Enclave?
I am not. I was not successful enough as a merchant to have any progression, and that's why I bit my life to adventuring instead.
Okay. So she grants you rank of Summer Strider. You have Renown 3 with the Emerald Enclave. You are a Summer Strider. And she says, you've done very good things for your tribe. I know that they disrespect you and toss you out of the tribe for your elvish ways. But you have done good for the tribe.
So we're in the presence of everyone, and they can hear all this?
Yes.
I want to tell the chief, I will admit that lizard folk occupying the hold may present challenges, but I will try everything I can to preserve that.
Okay. Make a persuasion check.
Yes. Oh, there we go. A 19.
Yeah, that's she nods to you and she says, the tribe shall follow Scaly in his ways to the human stronghold.
Shall we set aside our individual quarters, hoping they only occupy the courtyard?
Well, it'll be interesting when they get to the...
This was not what I was going for, but I guess it's useful.
Having said that, we will reconvene next week at 12 o'clock and decide how you guys are going to deal with the situation in Daggerford at 12 o'clock for Storm King's Thunder.
Yay!
So are we set for the next?
Scaly, Weeben, and Zinquinol, you all get a inspiration point.
Go.
For good role play.
Yay!
But
We stayed in character, and that's what matters.
That's what matters, yes.
Crumbs hold for half a day, but we may yet prevail.
Yes. We will see how you deal with Daggerford next week. Have a good day, guys.
Take